So we just got our first piece of information about NBA 2K22 the other day. So today I'm putting out a video talking strictly about NBA 2K22 and what 2K needs to do in NBA 2K22 to put out the best game possible. I'm gonna give you guys all the information that we know as of right now. If you guys missed it, talking about the release date, the demo, the different cover athletes, all the different editions of the game. But the main part of this video is gonna be me talking about what 2K should have in 2K22. And I know this is a very different type of video, so if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to drop a like and comment below. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. This is a video that I'm very excited to make. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 400,000 subscribers. I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. Turn on my post notifications so you guys don't miss a stream or upload. And like I said, the majority of this video is going to be me talking about what 2K should have in the game, and you guys let me know in the comments if my ideas are good, or if they're bad, or if I left anything out of this video, please let me know. But yeah, before I get into that, let's talk about what we know so far. So NBA 2K22 will be coming out on September 10th, 2021. And as of right now, I'm recording this video on July 15th. We do not know if there's a demo. And to be honest, it's looking like there is not going to be a demo or a prelude or whatever you call it. This was not in the English frequently asked questions, but in the Chinese FAQ, it said this. Question: will there be a demo version of NBA 2K22 this year? Answer: no. Although the demo version is regular content released by NBA 2K, we decided not to release the demo version this year, but instead focus on creating fully functional games of this generation and previous generations. Now, like I said, this was from the Chinese FAQ, so somebody translated this to English and then read it. Now, I don't know why it was only in the Chinese one and not the English one. It doesn't really make sense to me, and so I'm not 100% confirming there is no demo, because I kind of do feel like there's going to be a demo. It just doesn't really make sense. Why would there be no demo, and why would they only put this in the Chinese FAQ? But as of right now, when I'm recording this, I do not know if there's a demo. All we know is the release date, September 10th, and the cover athlete. So we have Luka on the standard edition. He's also on the cross-gen bundle edition. And then on the NBA 75th anniversary edition, we have Kevin Durant, Dirk, and Kareem. That is the edition that I am buying. And then there's also a WNBA 25th anniversary edition. Also, we do know that there's going to be two games like NBA 2K21, where there was the next gen game and the current gen game. There's going to be two games, so it's not the same game. A lot of people expected there to be two games, and it was confirmed that there is two games. All right, now for the part of the video that I'm the most excited to talk about, and that is what 2K should have in NBA 2K22, or not even just 2K22. If they're watching this video in the future before they're making 2K23, I don't know what they do to prepare. Maybe they look at some YouTube video ideas. They probably don't, but if they are, you guys should put this in 2K23 if you're not putting it in 2K22. So to start off, I want to say 2K needs to give people an incentive to play, because yes, people like playing basketball, they want to play it on a video game, but it's not really fun if you just get in there and you're just playing basketball. Like, what are you really playing for? Like, 2K needs to give us something to play for. So the first thing that I have on my list is a rep leaderboard and rep ranking. Now, the last time that we had a rep ranking was NBA 2K17. I'll put a screenshot up on the screen. As you guys can see, there's a rep ranking here. It says Sunset Beach and then the rep ranking, or whatever affiliation you were in, so you knew what place you were in the world when it came to rep. Also, in general, we need a rep leaderboard. On NBA 2K21 Next Gen, we had no rep leaderboard. It doesn't really give the top reps recognition or something to grind for, because a lot of people do care about that and they want to be on that rep leaderboard where everybody can see it. So if 22 doesn't have a rep leaderboard, that would be just bad in general. And I would be surprised if they did add the rep ranking back from when they had it in NBA 2K17, because that's a W. I'm not gonna lie. If you think that's an L, I don't know what to tell you. They should have the rep leaderboard and the rep ranking in 2K22. The next thing is a very creative idea that I came up with, so let me know what you guys think of this. This is a battle pass type of thing, a seasonal pass, whatever you want to call it, similar to what they had in Fortnite. They have it in a bunch of games, but like a battle pass, because again, this is going to give people something to grind for, and that is what some of the recent 2Ks kind of lack. 2K21 in general didn't really give a lot of incentive to play, especially with the rep awards, which I'm going to get into later. So you add a battle pass, and you know, people are probably gonna have to spend VC or money to buy the battle pass, which I'm sure 2K likes that idea, because you know, they want to make as much money as possible. So put a battle pass in the game. People can earn VC, clothing, boosts, Gatorade, double rep, whatever. Those are things already in the game, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're gonna put in 2K22, but you could put some crazy stuff on this battle pass and like like whatever, the last level of the battle pass is something crazy, and people are playing 2K and they are just grinding all season. I don't know how much it would, maybe a month would be a season, and then a new battle pass would drop. Whatever. I just think in general this is a W for 2K. You know, they can make money. People are playing their game, and it's a W for us because it gives us something to grind for. The next thing that I want to talk about is the city or the parks. So I said I was going to talk about things that I want to see in 2K22. Well, I actually am going to mention something that I don't want to see in 2K22, and that is the city. Side note, we are going to see the city in 2K22. I have a really strong feeling. No inside information. If I did have inside information, I probably wouldn't be saying it on a YouTube video, but I'm just guessing that we're going to have a city. It makes no sense for them to have this huge concept on next gen with this city and to just go away from it and go back to their small parks. But the city just has so much dead space. Seriously, if you go around there, they have a bunch of the same office buildings copy and pasted all around the city, just taking up space for no reason. The parks are so far apart from each other, and because there was affiliations, if you went to another park, you get 50% less rep as a penalty for playing in a park that wasn't yours, which made no sense to me at all. But I'm getting a little bit off topic. The city is just huge. If I wanted to play GTA, I would probably just go play GTA. This city is like a whole entire GTA map, and there's a ton of dead space in it. Now, since they probably will have the city, what they need to do is cut down on this dead space. Make the city maybe smaller, or put something in this dead space that gives it meaning. Another thing talking about the city or parks, if they for some reason go back to parks, we want to see vibrant parks. We want to see colorful parks. There's been some parks in the past, I'll put them up on the screen, where they've been just dull or dark, and to be honest, props to Fortnite. I already talked about them with the battle pass, but props to them because I feel like a reason why they were so successful is because the game was so colorful, and like little kids, or not even little kids, like even someone like me wants to play in an environment that is just colorful and not dark, dull. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want vibrant new parks, and I hope they get creative with the city or whatever parks they decide to put in the game. I hope, you know, they get really creative and put us on the moon or something like that. Put us on a boat playing on a cruise ship or something like that, because that would just be a huge W. Now, the next thing that I want to see in 2K22 is another creative idea that you guys have probably not heard of before, but I came up with. I think I might have talked about it last year when I made a video like this, but this is badge classes. Now, I know all of you play 2s, you play 3s, whatever. Sometimes you might play 1s, and every time that you switch courts, you change your badges. You change your shooting badges. You probably take off catch and shoot. You probably take off your playmaking badges that are all for passing because there's no one to pass to on the 1s. You probably change your defensive badges, whatever. If we had badge classes similar to COD, where you have classes of like different guns and stuff like that. Say you're playing 2s and your other friend gets on and you want to play 3s, you can easily just press like your bumper or whatever. I'm on Xbox. I don't know what it's called on PlayStation. I think it's like L2, R2, whatever. You press one of those bumpers, switch it over to another badge class. Bang, you have your badges on for the 3s. You can go play 3s really fast. Now, I know this is something minor, but I just feel like this is just like a creative little idea they could add into the game, because it doesn't really take too long to change your badges. It probably takes a minute. The next thing on my list is 24/7 stage. Now, this seems like a no-brainer, but in NBA 2K21 Next Gen, for some reason, we did not have 24/7 stage. It was an event that came out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think those were the days. I don't know. It's been like 3 months since I played that game. But they turned stage into an event. There are a bunch of content creators, especially on Twitch, that their entire fan base is built on stage. Now, luckily, 2K21 current gen did have stage, and a lot of those people just played there. But imagine that there was no current gen and it was just next gen. Like, a bunch of these streamers and fan bases are going to be almost killed off or cut in half. Like, they are not going to be getting the same viewers if there is no stage. And not even talking about the streamers or the content creators, playing in stage is fun for a lot of people, and again, it gives people something to play for, and that is something that 2K needs to put emphasis on when they're making 2K22. They need to be adding a bunch of things that give people an incentive to play the game. Next up, I want to talk about events. 2K hasn't been the most creative when it comes to events in the past. I want to see them get a little bit more creative. We have a lot of rep-based events like mobile on next gen, the 90s event on next gen. We've had Formula, Boot Camp. These are pretty much all the same events, just with a different name. One event that is my favorite event is called Basketball Guys. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. And I think in 2K19 they had an event similar to it that was called Protect the House. Now, this event is based on winning. The other events are based on rep. I feel like when it comes to events, a lot of them are competitive. We can have a few rep-based events, but I want to see more events that are based on winning. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But give us another Basketball Gods type of event, but for the 2s. Same exact thing. You keep basketball gods, 3v3 event, highest win streak in 4 hours wins the event. Do the same thing, but do that for the twos. Like, give us some twos events. You could even give us some 4v4 events or some 5v5 events. I wouldn't really recommend that because I don't know if I would want to play that. I'd probably rather want to play twos or threes events, but get creative with the events. If you want to add a basketball gods type event for the fives, then do that. Another event that I would like to see them bring back, which was in past 2Ks, is called high rollers. Now, if you guys are new to 2K or you're just young or whatever, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But this event was in, I think, 2K15, 2K16, and 2K17. Now, what high rollers is it's stage, but with the stage VC amounts, like 10x. So there'd be like a 50k VC court. The twos courts would be like 10k, 20k, whatever. 25k courts. The VC amounts are crazy, and content on these days go crazy, like the streams, the videos that people could make. It's just, again, something for people to play for. And I don't see why we can't have a high rollers event, you know, once a week on like a Friday or once a month even. Something else that I want to mention while we're on the topic of events, because I'm not going to talk about it in another part of the video, is the double rep events. On Next Gen, we had double rep pretty much every single day. And at that point, it's like you don't even have double rep. I know it sounds weird coming from like a player. Like, I know we love double rep or whatever, but calm down on the double rep, because when you give it to us every single day, it's like we don't even have double rep. Make legend easier to hit if you have to, but chill on the double rep, because when we do have double rep, we want to grind it. But if we have it every day, it's like we don't even have it, if that makes sense. The next thing that I'm gonna talk about are new rep words. Now, you guys probably knew this part of the video was gonna happen, because if someone's making a video like this and they don't talk about the rep rewards, then really, like, what are you doing? But 2K, if you're watching this, please, in 2K22, and I know the game's probably already made, so there's really no point, but 2K23, you know, if you're watching this video in 2K23, do not have a repeat of what happened on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Even current gen's rep rewards were pretty bad. They weren't as bad as Next Gen's. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, basically on Next Gen, there were a bunch of rep rewards that would be like a lightning arm sleeve or like a flame arm sleeve, and you really didn't get anything good on Next Gen until like the suits at like Elite 3, which are pretty cool, and the mascots at Elite 5. But these are rep rewards that we've gotten in the past, so it's not even anything crazy, you know what I'm saying? On Next Gen, we didn't have anything crazy. They added in the teleportation rep reward at Legend, which was a big letdown, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a way for you to exit out. I'll actually put it on the screen. There's a way for you to go to, I forget the tab, but there was a tab you could click on, and then you could click go back to the city, and you could basically teleport with that faster than the actual teleportation feature in the city. So to be honest, it didn't even work. And then you also got the plus 10 badges to each category, which is a rep reward that we've seen in the past. I actually think it's a good rep reward. Some people might disagree. I personally think the plus 10 badges to each category is a W, because for content creators, we can make pretty much any build. So I like doing the spin the wheel videos, so I can get in there, whatever, spin a wheel, make my build, and still have some badges. So even if, you know, I get a random build or whatever, I can still use it at Legend. And I know there's a bunch of people that like making like Legend Trae Young video, Legend Steph Curry, you know what I mean? Like, so people are making builds. I feel like that's a good rep word to have. Now, one that I have thought about, but instead of plus 10 badges at Legend, what if we got plus 5 attribute points to all of our attributes? Now, 2K could either add this and go away with the badges, or give you an option. And it's like you hit Legend and you have an option, plus 10 badges to each category, or plus 5 attributes. What are you gonna pick? I feel like that could be interesting if they somehow balance that correctly, because I don't want it to be like there's 2 options but everyone ends up picking the badges. If they somehow figured out how to balance the attribute boost and the badge boost correctly, I feel like that would be a W rep reward. Now, another rep reward that I've talked about in the past, and I don't know why 2K still hasn't done it. In 2K16, there was a rep reward, the Tiger. I'll put it on the screen, you know. I forget what rep it was. It was one of the higher ones. I think it was the one below the highest rep, but you could get a Tiger and it would follow you around the park. When you played a park game, it would sit on the side of the court, and this was a big W. I say they bring back the Tiger if they want, and add other animals, like add like a polar bear, add birds. Birds could be like a lower rep, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, let's say that they have rookie, pro, all-star, superstar, elite, and then legend. So look, I don't want it to be like too low rep, because I don't want birds just flying around the park, but let's say Elite 1, you get birds, and you could get like a bird to go on your player's shoulder or whatever, and when you're playing a park game, it goes in a cage on the side of the court or something like that. And then at Elite 5, let's say it goes up to all the way to Elite 5 and then Legend. Let's say at Elite 5, you unlock the polar bear, and that is like the tiger where it follows you around, sits on the side of the court when you play. Simple stuff like that, if they somehow could get that stuff in the game, I feel it would be a big W, because then people would be grinding for a polar bear, whatever. That would be sick. Like I said earlier, they just need to give us an incentive to grind the game, an incentive to play. That's what's going to make the best 2K. Obviously, we need good gameplay and stuff like that, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but the incentive to play is a huge thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is the builds. You guys probably expected me to talk about the builds some point in this video, but the builds. Now, I want to give 2K props for the build system in NBA 2K20, because 2K20 is probably my favorite 2K. It's a 2K that some people sleep on, honestly, but it's got to be top 3 when it comes to best 2Ks. And for me, it's number 1. Now, when it comes to the builds, that's probably the best part of 2K20, because I was making builds all year. You could make a build that was, of course, they had pie charts. You could make a build that had the playmaking and defense pie chart, and that build could shoot threes. You could get a build that was finishing and shooting, and that build could, you know, dribble like crazy. Basically, what I'm saying is the variety of builds in 2K20 was what made it so fun, and I hope that we see a good variety of builds in 2K22, because in 2K21, let's take current gen for example, everyone had play shots, everyone had paint beasts. There was no variety at all. You go to 2K20, just off the top of my head, there's slashing playmakers. I think there was like just a pure playmaker. There was a play shot, an offensive threat, a deep range shot creator. There was a two-way slasher, a two-way finisher. There was like, that's just like 7 builds. There were so many builds that you could make, a 3-point playmaker, so many builds that you could make throughout the year, and you could make the builds work. Now, I think a main reason of why these builds worked was because you could shoot with a low 3-pointer. Now, in current gen, to consistently knock down all your shots, you need like an 85 plus 3-pointer. Now, I'm not saying you can't shoot with a 75 or an 80, but you're not going to be playing like a play shot out here if you have a 75 3-pointer. Like, you pretty much need to go with the shooting and the playmaking pie chart if you want to make a good guard build on current gen. Now, the reason to fix this, and some of you guys might not want to hear this, is to lower the 3-point rating needed to hit a lot of threes. I know we wanted them to make it harder to hit threes because we had such weird builds hitting threes in 2K19. They got a little better in 2K20, but you still had builds with like 50 3-pointers hitting these threes in 2K20. And I feel like 2K might have went a little too crazy on the 3-pointer in 2K21. Maybe take it down a little bit so that builds can hit threes a little bit better, because that's going to add the variety to the game. And that is what we want. We want to be able to use different builds all year, try to find the new best build all year, and not just have to go out there with a play shot like we did in 2K21. And that's current gen, of course. On next gen, same thing. Everyone was out there with their 6'7" power forward. There was really no variety in that game either. And to be honest, that was just because the My Player Builder was unbalanced, which hopefully they balanced the My Player Builder in 2K22. The next thing I want to talk about is dynamic takeover. Now, what this means is, let's say I take 4 3-pointers in a game, I would get sharp take. Let's say I'm playing a game and I take 4 dunks, I would get slashing take. So basically, in the My Player Builder, instead of picking your takeover, that's not an option at all. You just have a dynamic takeover, and when you're playing in a park game or whatever you're in, the rec, the pro-am, whatever you're doing a lot of, let's say you get like 2 steals, lock takeover goes activated. Whatever you're doing good in that game is what takeover you get. So it can change based on whatever game you're playing. And I feel like this is good because I'm tired of people in the park with sharp takeover that come out here and will dunk 5 times and they just get sharp take. It's like they didn't do anything to deserve sharp shooting takeover, and I feel like the dynamic takeover would fix that problem. So next up is crossplay. Now, I know 2K22 is probably not going to have that. At least as of right now, we haven't heard anything. And I feel like if they were to have crossplay, we would know by now, because that would be like a main marketing thing. But I know we're probably not going to have crossplay in 2K22, but I hope we do get it in 2K23. And I know it has to do with, PlayStation and Xbox not agreeing to do cross-platform. But we're seeing other games like Fortnite, MLB The Show, a bunch of other games are doing crossplay, and 2K still hasn't hopped on that bandwagon yet. So I hope we see that soon, because I feel like that would be good for content creators, people like me you know, all of DF, Joe knows, Xbox creators could finally start collabing with the PlayStation creators. And I know you could probably just say, oh, well, why don't you buy a PlayStation and just collab with them if you want to? It's really not the same. You know what I mean? Yes, we could do that, but if we had crossplay, it would be crazy to just load up and I could pull up on Troydan or Ticino. I know he's from New Zealand, but I'm just giving an example. So next up, I want to talk about the dribbling. Now, we need better, quicker, smoother dribbling. In NBA 2K21 Next Gen, for example, the movement was very clunky. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the video, but the last dribbling system that we had that was good was 2K19. 2K20's dribbling system was pretty bad. 2K21 current gen is okay. You know, we're starting to learn a little bit. And with this speed glitch, you can dribble pretty fast. 2K21 next gen, the dribbling was bad. Again, it just felt clunky all year. And there wasn't a lot of moves you could do on that game. So if they bring back the crazy dribbling where you could fly all around the court and combo up, and it took skill too. Like, you didn't have little Timmies coming out here and just, you know, pulling off these crazy combos. Like on next gen, it seemed like everyone could do everything because there wasn't a lot of moves you could do, and that lessened the skill gap. I feel like we do need to widen the skill gap a little bit more. You know, I feel like 2K, like next gen especially, the skill gap was very small. It would be good if in 2K22 we could have a bigger skill gap, and I feel like adding the more advanced dribbling, the quicker dribbling, will help us get a bigger skill gap. The next thing that I want to talk about is kind of a minor thing, but this is VIP. Now, this could be a rep word for Legends. Of course, this is a way spot only because you don't want to be VIPing people off their win streak, but VIP for sure for content creators, you know, people with a 2K logo. If they decide to add TikTok logos, you know, they could get VIP too, Twitch logos, whatever. YouTube, they're probably just gonna have a general 2K logo again, but I think VIP would be a W. And then also better overall movement. Like I said, I was going to talk about this a little bit later on in the video. Next gen's dribbling was clunky and slow, and current gen's defense was really slidey. I swear, bro, it felt like I was on an iceberg when I was playing defense on current gen. I know you guys can agree with what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like I was on a slip inside, and I played lock too. So I had to learn with how to play defense on that and adjust. Next up is in-game clans. Now, we had something similar to this. I think it was called crews in 2K19, and you can make it so there's like 20 people in one clan or crew or whatever you want to call it, and there can be a clan leaderboard. Now, this could have like a win percentage. You could have a win-loss column. There could be some sort of stats to it. And again, this adds an incentive for people to grind the game. Again, like I said, we want to see more incentives for people to grind the game. If you add clans, you know, there could be a clan leaderboard, whatever. I feel like that would be something simple that 2K could add back into the game. And the final thing that I want to recommend for 2K22, and I know they're not going to do it. Like, they're just never going to do it, because why would they? But I know you guys can agree. Lower the VC prices. Now, I'm not even talking about when you're going to buy a VC, and you know what I'm saying. You got to put like $100 for 450,000 VC or whatever it is, $50 for 200K. I think those are the prices. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when you go to the NBA store and it's like 50K VC for a Michael Jordan jersey or something like that. You go to the NBA store and it's like 15,000 VC for just a jersey, like 10K VC for a jersey. Or even when you go to buy Gatorade, it's 3,500 for 10 games of Gatorade. To put this into perspective, you get like 300 VC every park game that you win. If you lose, you get like, I don't know, 50 VC, 300 VC per park game. And we're out here with 50,000 VC jerseys. Like, I'm sorry, but just like no one is really buying that. Like, people want to buy jerseys, and it's not that deep for it to be like 50,000 VC. So 2K, if you're watching this, you know, calm down a little bit, take it down a notch on the VC prices, and we'll be good. Now, if you guys are still watching, go in the comment section right now and comment loyal, but also comment what you agree with in this video, and also comment what I left off. If I left off any key things that you want to see in 2K22, let me know. I think I hit a lot of them, but there definitely is some stuff that I left off because I just came up with this list in like an hour. So let me know what I left off. Also, if you guys want to follow my socials, I'll pop them up on the screen. My Twitch too, solo_DF on Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch, just streaming like MLB or just random games, killing time until 2K22 drops, of course, which is September 10th. Hopefully there's a demo or a prelude, which will come out probably the end of August, probably be like August 25th. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, if you guys enjoyed or want to see more videos like this, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
We finna go ahead and run up some bands. So much potential they don't understand. Shorty, you supposed to be holding my hand. You were supposed to be part of the plan. Everything's different when you got a man. I might still go like your face on the ground. I swear that niggas be hating they saying I can't make a banger, I did it again. Shut up, little Tucker, we finna link with the bros and go ahead and hop in the bands. Don't listen to all the shit that they telling you, cause the truth is they ain't really your friend. Shorty, I know that these niggas ain't there for you, but for you, girl, I be here.